Hello and welcome to my Tarot Corner. So this video is a shout out to Bookworm 2's latest video, and that was around a lot of rumors that were spread around when Harry's book Spare just came out. Those rumors were spread around in Quora and on Instagram and in many other outlets, other social media outlets, and nobody really came out saying whether it's true or not. And there were all sorts of rumors, and I have to be very careful when I talk about those rumors, and I will try to use all sorts of let's say code names. So when I talk about those rumors, I will call them red mist. That is, well, attacking H, or used to attack H, but has also attacked him while he was in the USA. And if you go back to Celt Views videos, she talked about it. She talked about a woman who is in the UK and will probably talk about it, but there are a lot of women that have signed NDAs and are unable to talk about Age's red mist because he is he is paying them or has paid them a lot of money to keep them silenced, and maybe some of them have now special needs, things that they did not have before they met Age, and now they do because of their meeting with H, and now they need the money. And this is probably something that even the palace is very well aware of. Okay, so I'm going to do another gypsy reading. I'm going to look into I'm going to look into his relationship with women that were not his girlfriends or were not his official girlfriends. Women that he paid for in his army, when he was in the army, women that he met in parties and he did not mean to have a relationship with. So women that were casual casual meetings, had casual meetings with Age, and the way he treated them and the way that it all panned out. And I'm going to take 7 cards, and the 7 cards are 3 cards are going to be around his the time that he was before he went to the army, and then we'll take a card of let's say the time before he got married, and then the middle card will be his wedding and how he felt about this and what happened to his red mist once he got married. And then 3 cards are going to be at the time that he's being in the USA. And although we only heard about one case, whether it has been more than one case, whether it's become another pattern of behavior for H. So I'm using a Rider-Waite tarot, but this is a black tarot, Rider-Waite, which well, feels right to use in this reading. And before I start, please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such, may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourselves. Now, because I am looking into rumors here and everything is allegedly, what I am going to do is that I am going to say part of the question I'm going to say out loud, and part of the question I'm going to say, well, not out loud because I cannot verbalize it out loud. So let's start by clearing the deck. Okay, so this is the part that I'm saying out loud. So please align the cards in the right way to answer my questions regarding H's red mist in regard to his relationship with girls, working girls, and women that he did not have relationship with. Please align the cards in the right way to answer correctly my inquiries regarding H's relationship or way of conduct with women or girls that he did not have a formal relationship with, women who were working or he met in a casual way. Okay, so now it's the part when I'm asking, not verbalizing the question. Okay. So let's cut the cards and take out 7 cards. Okay, the deck is upside down, so let's just make sure that it's not. So if the cards do come reversed, then it has a meaning. Okay, and let's start. So I'm just flipping the cards now. And the first card is the Knight of Wands. And then we have the King of Swords and the Queen of Wands. And here we have the High Priestess. We get the Page of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. So I have to say that these cards are not showing a terrible picture. I'm not getting here not the devil, not not the Nine of Swords or the Ten of Swords, not any kind of cards that are showing horrible behavior, terrible behavior. What I do see here is that during the time up until he met the Queen of Wands, which is Meghan, he was being the Knight of Wands, which is the aloof knight, the one who is never finding anything that really excites him, nothing really ignited him. He couldn't find anything that really, well, nothing really was good enough. Nothing was, well, he didn't like anything that was in his way, and because of that he missed a lot of opportunities. This shows that he could have been the Knight of Wands is a knight that has a lot of fire in him, and this could be a person that will go and be abusive, will go and be violent, because he is frustrated. The Knight of Wands is a frustrated person because he misses opportunities, because he never finds anything that he likes, because everything that comes his way is something that he finds boring. Everything is boring. He never finds anything that really excites him. And I think that he's been carrying these feelings of not being, let's say, not finding anything that he really likes, really loves, really, really excites him, that he misses opportunities one after the other, and he carries these feelings ever since he was a child. And this could very much be the person that will be abusive, will be someone that be violent as a way to take out his frustrations on someone else. This could also be frustration because his former girlfriends wouldn't stay with him, because and this is part of him missing opportunities. So the Knight of Wands could be that person that is not being very, let's say, nice to women. Or being very violent, being very abusive. And then comes the King of Swords, which is the person that is trying to find a way to find equilibrium, or find this way to, hush those women and pay them money in order to get them to shut up. This could be the royal aides, this could be King Charles, this could be all sorts of people that are there to try and shut those women up and sign them on NDAs and get them to stop them from going to the media. So this is about getting that to pacify them, to get them to shut up, to get them to give them enough money to get them to be, let's say, satisfied with what they're getting, for them to shut up. But once again, because I did not get here a very bad card, I'm not sure that the way that he was violent towards the women was in a way that he caused permanent damage. But he was probably frustrated, and because of his frustration, he wasn't very, he was violent enough to cause women to want to complain about him. And that caused this King of Swords, those people that need to go in and pacify those women, to make them shut up, to give them enough money to pacify them, to make them feel that okay, so they won't have to talk because they are given enough money. And this could be very much why none of those girls, none of those women came up and talked up until now, because I don't see any permanent damage that was really done. I don't see, because once again, there is no terrible card here. And because of that, I don't see any permanent damage done. And the pacifying powers of the King of Swords was powerful enough to make those women and those girls silent, and they will not break their NDAs. They will not break their NDAs because they have no reason to do that. There is no permanent damage. I don't believe that there is a woman there that is under the care of a caregiver and is willing to talk. There is no, I don't think that there is one like that, because there is no bad card, a bad card here. And the King of Swords was able to pacify those women. He was able to calm them down in a way that they were willing to stay silent. And then the Queen of Wands came into the picture, and the Queen of Wands was Meghan, and she was able to keep him, let's say, temperate for a while, up until the marriage. And during the marriage, a lot of secrets were kept. I don't know if Meghan herself knew about his past, but during the marriage and during the time of the marriage, those secrets were shared. So this is about why the High Priestess is here. A lot of secrets, and Meghan became privy to those secrets, and she knows those secrets about Harry. This is part of her power over Harry. So she knows those things about him, probably because he told her. So I don't think that the palace were dumb enough to tell her, but Harry was dumb enough to tell her. So he shared those secrets with her as part of him feeling that he needs to share everything with his wife. And now she's holding this as over his head, as this kind of, this sickle over his head, this very powerful, weapon against him. So this is part of the reasons why he can never leave her, because he knows that she has those secrets and she can come out with those secrets against him anytime. And then we see the time after the marriage. And after the marriage, we see him wandering around once again. The Page of Wands, that's the person that keeps on jumping from one bandwagon to another bandwagon. But here we see him looking around for other women. Because all of this reading, and once again, this is not much about the psychological interpretation. It's more about how I see the cards as a story. And the Page of Wands here, because we are talking about girls, the Page of Wands here is Harry looking for other women, and Harry is not satisfied sexually, and he needs to find a way to get his fire, the fire that he has inside of him, to find a way to calm those energies. And I do hear that there are parties in San Francisco where DEWTAROT is, all sorts of parties where drugs and other things are being executed there. So he is starting that all over again, and I do believe that there was an incident because money was paid. The Nine of Pentacles is the money that was paid to keep that woman silent. So money was paid to keep someone silent. Harry didn't go back to his behavior as the Knight of Wands, but he started moving around and probably wasn't very nice, probably started being violent, and probably that woman was strong enough to oppose him, but then he needed to keep her silent, and money was paid. A lot of money was paid in order to keep her silent. And then we get the Eight of Cups card, which is a card that speaks about letting go. And letting go, that means leaving the question, leaving everything behind. That is a card that shows that this is the future, and it shows that something will need to be left behind. Now, what is going to be left behind? Those Eight of Cups that are being left behind, that is a lot of, well, a lot of emotions and a lot of happiness that is being left behind. I always tell you that the Eight of Cups here are cups that are still up and are still full. And this person here is leaving those cups behind and going on this very difficult way, which is a way of trying to find a way to go and get his potential realized, and to find a way to get his dreams realized and his wishes come true. And this is a mother card. And I believe that this card does show us that furthermore, in the future, there will be a separation. And this separation won't be easy for Harry, but there will be a separation. And he will have to leave behind him those Eight of Cups, which is probably his children, probably, I don't know, maybe the kids won't be with Meghan, I don't know. But he will have to leave behind quite a lot and to go away. This is how I see that, and probably as a result of his current behavior and the fact that they need to pay a lot of money to keep those women silent, and that could be one woman or could be more than one woman, but it's not as hard as it was before he met Meghan, probably because those women are a lot tougher than the women that he met when he was a soldier, when he was in the army. Those women are tougher. Those women are women that know how to stand their place. They know how to protect themselves. So he cannot be as abusive and as he used to be. So if as a soldier, when he was the Knight of Wands and he used to be naughty, then palace aides would come in and pacify those women in many sorts of ways, but he didn't feel it because it wasn't his money being paid. Now it's his money being paid because it's not a palace that is pacifying those women. It's him and it's his wife. And well, the most important thing here is that Meghan had that information ever since they got married, and she could use that against Harry all the time. So she has this secrets over him, and she could use it against him. And this is like, well, in a way to extort him, a way to blackmail him. That's how I see that. But once again, I don't think that the abuse or the way that he acted towards those women was as bad as people talk about. He was tough. He wasn't nice, but it wasn't as bad as people spoke about. So there is a little bit of an exaggeration here, which I, in a way, feel better about this because I don't think that he can be such a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. There are a lot of people that talk about him at the time when before he met Meghan, that he was such a great person, just a great lad, and it feels like we're talking about two different people. So I think that he was tough, he was rough, he was a very frustrated young man, and he used to take it out on the women that he was with. He was tough, he wasn't nice, he wasn't loving. He was, let's say, like I forgot her name, the one that took his virginity, and she described him as wang bang. Thank you, ma'am. Like he didn't care about her, or he didn't pay attention to her needs. So this was his first time, but I think that in his later years, it might have developed into being even more rough on women. But I don't think that he was very abusive, very violent, up until a point of damaging a woman and creating unrepairable damage or irreversible damage to a person. And this causes me to feel a little bit better about him. Okay, so let's see what the Dark Mirror has to say about Harry. Let's clear the deck. Okay, so Harry and the way he treats women. Harry and the way he treats women. Bride in a cage. Okay, so this card speaks about not looking at the future as this perfect future that all we think about is the future that can be perfect, and looking at this perfect future, and when the future actually comes, all of the dreams are shattered because we realize that what we were waiting for is not that perfect as we thought. So what it says is that the future is not this it's not this designer, beautiful designer cage, but it's a tree. And it is rough to touch, it's full of flowers, but it is a tree. It's not like a cage. It's not something that it's something that has a lot of options, and we need to look at it this way. Well, I think that what it actually wants to say is that we need to not to think so much about the future, think more about today and how we get to that future in a better way than we are, than we think we are, and just not take too much, or not think too much about the possibilities that await us, but think about what we can do today in order to make the future a better future. So this is what I'm getting from this card. And I think that what we can take from this card is that we shouldn't dwell about what can happen, what can happen with those women. Maybe they will talk, maybe they won't talk. We shouldn't talk about that. We shouldn't dwell about that too much. What we should do is try to find a way of how we can deal with everything coming today, and how we can deal with those things as the coronation comes, and how can we show the monarchy how we really feel, how we can show King Charles how we really feel, and so that King Charles realizes that he cannot play with his people, that he cannot go on doing what he does, whatever, without thinking about what his people want, and that he needs to take his people's feelings and the way that the people think into consideration with what he does in the future. So that is more important than dwelling on what happened in the past and what kind of future can we construct from what happened in the past. So that's what I'm getting from this card. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so this is it for this reading, and I hope you liked it. And if you did, please like, subscribe, hit notification bell, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.